Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anastasia Exton, an SMM specialist and targetologist. I think I've found an app for those who've outgrown Canva but don't want to tackle complex animation. It's called Jitter. Let's see if we can quickly bring a simple design to life with it. First, I just searched Jitter on Google and went to the app's official website. Registration here is super simple. You can sign up via email, but I chose to log in with my Google account. Just a few clicks and I'm in. After signing up, Jitter asks you a few quick questions. For example, you need to choose your field, design, marketing, development, or something else. Then Jitter asks you to choose where to start, create a project from scratch, import a design from Figma, or browse ready-made templates. I chose to start from scratch, so I can show you the interface and build the animation on my own. And here we are in the Jitter workspace. At first glance, the interface is quite minimalistic. In the center is the layout. On the left are the scenes and layers, at the top are the main tools, and on the right are the settings for the selected object. The first thing I do is set the project size. I click on the layout itself, and the layout panel appears on the right. Here you can choose a preset format or set the size manually. Since I want to make a vertical animation for social media, I choose the Instagram story format, 1080 by 1920 pixels, and that's it. The workspace immediately goes vertical in the stories or reels format. Now we can get to the fun part, adding images, text, and seeing what animations Jitter has to offer. Let's add the first image. In the top panel, I click the photo icon and upload an image I previously generated using ChatGPT. The photo immediately appears in the workspace. And now the most interesting part begins. I select the photos and switch from design to animate on the right. I click new animation and Jitter opens up a whole library of ready-made animations. There are more classic options here: entrance motion, scale change, rotation. But if you go to the effects tab, that's where, in my opinion, the real Jitter magic begins. Take a look at this effect, for example. A plain static photo literally transforms into a full animation in just a few seconds. A timeline appears at the bottom. On it, I can see the separate track for the added effect and control its duration and when it appears in the frame. So I don't have to apply the effect to the entire clip. I can decide when it starts and how long it lasts. And if I click the eye icon next to the track, the effect is temporarily disabled. It's very handy, and you don't have to delete it right away. I can simply hide one option, see what the original looks like, and quietly preview the next one. And here I want to make a small note. I just opened Jitter for the very first time. Before recording this review, I'd never used it, and I'm figuring out the interface as I go. So far, everything is pretty intuitive. I know where the main tools are, how to add elements, where to find animations, and how to manage timeline effects. For an app I'm opening for the first time, that's a really good sign. Now let's add some text and see what Jitter can do with typography. Adding text. I select the text tool in the top panel and type limited edition. And the first thing I check, of course, is whether my favorite font, Bodoni, is here. And yes, it is. I select it, adjust the size, and place it over the photo. Next, I want to see how Jitter handles animation specifically for text. I select the caption, go to the Animate tab, hit New Animation, and a pretty large selection of ready-made options appears. There's the classic fade appearance, various slide animations through a mask, scale changes, and other effects. I like that each option is shown visually right away. So I don't need to add an effect, close the menu, and play the clip to see what happened. I can quickly switch between different options and see which one works best for my design. And just like with photos, each animation appears as a separate track at the bottom of the timeline. And here Jitter is really starting to grow on me. The photos and text are in the same project, but they can be animated completely independently of each other. So in just a few minutes, a simple static layout becomes a full motion design. Now let's try one of Jitter's most interesting features, AI animation. I select the photos again and click Animate with AI. Here you don't need to manually choose a preset effect. You can simply describe in words what you want to get, and the AI will try to create an animation based on your request. I decided not to overthink it and wrote my prompt asking it to add a soft, flickering glow of light to the flask to emphasize the product's premium feel. Sending the request. Waiting a moment while Jitter generates the effect. Just look at the result. The light actually starts to softly pass through the flask, a beautiful glow appears, and an ordinary static photo suddenly looks much more alive and premium. And the best part is I didn't have to manually set up any blinking, masks, or light movement. I simply described in words the result I wanted. The AI-generated animation also appears as a separate track on the timeline, so I can control it alongside all the other effects. Now let's go ahead and save our result. I'll click Export. We wait a moment while Jitter processes the video, then download the finished file. In the free version, there's a small Jitter logo at the bottom, but honestly, it's so minimal and subtle that it doesn't bother me at all. Now I want to head back to the main page and show you one more thing, templates. And this is where I had my second wow moment. Just look at the templates they have here. Card animations, unique transitions, image effects, logo animations. It all looks really modern. And many of the templates are available for free. Pick one you like, hit use template, swap in your own content, and you've got a professional animation ready to go. No need to build from scratch. Today, I opened Jitter for the very first time. In just a few minutes, I figured out the interface, added my photo, text, some effects, tried out the AI, and exported a finished animation. So my first impression of Jitter is definitely a positive one. If you enjoyed this app review format, hit like and subscribe. There's more good stuff coming. And let me know in the comments which app you'd like me to cover next. See you soon.